Hello guys, gals, and others. Welcome to the channel UFO to Know, and in today's video I wanted to talk about who I believe the Nordic beings really are. Now the Nordics are some of the most famous ET races, often encountered and said to be Pleiadians. But when we look at the law of one raw material, we can get a better understanding of who these people really are. Ra was channeled in the 80s and claimed to be a sixth density social memory complex originating from Venus. Ra described their appearance when they came to Earth 11,000 years ago as being golden, tall, and somewhat thin. This was described in session 6.4. And it is said that they walked among us during those times. They appeared here in third density using thought projection, not to be confused with thought forms. Thought projections are them projecting themselves into our density so they can appear before us. They are able to manipulate time-space, metaphysics, to affect space-time, the physics of our reality, basically, creating a holographic version of themselves. See session 70.19 for more details. Now, a thought form is something different. It is a physical manifestation of thought, and it is described in session 6.23. In it, Dawn asks Ra about the Venusian encounters, such as George Adamski's meeting and his descriptions of the beings as well as the bell-shaped craft. Ra says that these thought forms are now part of our social memory complex since they landed all those years ago, and are now accessible to those who can request the experience. Almost like playing back an old movie and somehow being able to interact with the characters in that movie. Ra also mentions in session 24.19 that Eisenhower met with thought forms indistinguishable from third density. They were benevolent and pleaded for denuclearization. Eisenhower felt the world wasn't ready for the news at that time of ET life, and so he started a slow disclosure plan in the 50s. The thought form entities that he met with might just be the very same that Phil Schneider mentioned, namely Val Thor, a being photographed and said to have 6 long fingers. There are also mentions of negative service to self Nordics, said to have been working with the Nazis and were behind the whole Aryan race thing. Interestingly enough, Admiral Byrd apparently wrote in his private journal about encountering beautiful blonde people calling themselves the Ariani, who were piloting craft with swastikas on them. They appeared benevolent to him, and he said they gave warnings of dark times to come. Doesn't sound very negative. However, Ra in session 12.9 states that negative entities from Orion, when encountering positive service to others people, will warn them of difficulties ahead because they cannot really manipulate them and feed into any feelings of elitism like they can with service to self people. All they can really do is try to propagate fear through a sense of doom. Alright guys, and that's the video. Hope you enjoyed. Take care.